Okay, this Friday workshop, Vladi and I, we have never done this where we did actually a clinical deep dive into an area of focus where you will leave with actually deep applicable takeaways, ways to change your life, ways to look at the things. And what are the two areas of focus? How to change the hard things, and then how to actually approach and see and live within a family dynamic where family members are expressing sickness, illness, disease, and how to approach that so that both sides can thrive however we decide to thrive, where neither side is robbed or where it's just truth across the board and everything's out in the open, how to sustainably do this, where both sides and bodies actually like the decision. And so again, I kind of talked about this at the end of the holiday, even as I was just observing what I kept within the easy things. We tend to obsess about the easy things that affect our bodies, and we try to make them so complicated, and we become experts on all these easy things. What are easy things that we do that our bodies would have an effect towards? As I said, like changing a light bulb out and putting in a different light wavelength, or, going to the store and buying different foods, setting an alarm clock at a different time, even training to an extent is fairly an easy, low-hanging fruit to choose if we're just talking on the surface of it. Changing your shoes, easy. Changing your sheets to grounding sheets or whatever the fuck. Putting art on the walls. Changing the color dynamic. Changing your clothes. Buying your clothes from buying your undergarments from a different thing. Like, these are all easy things to do. Painting the walls with something. Turning your Wi-Fi off. Putting a router blocker on. Doing whatever. They are there, they have a purpose. They are there for a reason. Will they affect the deeper sides as to why we're even going into this, why the body would express with injury or illness or disease or whatever that looks like? No. And that's case in point. I mean, just look at everybody obsessing over the easy stuff. When you actually get to know their case or go in and talk with them, there's so much more that their body is screaming for, but we're obsessing about the easy so we don't have to change the hard or look at the hard or be honest about the hard. That is what we are going to go over on Friday from both of our perspectives. It's like 50 plus years of experience in doing this, and we have applied these into our lives, continuously applied these into our lives to have changed, have understood through our bodies, have changed and understood by taking on and making changes in the tougher areas of our lives, while also doing the easy. So we are going to break all that down into how we've done it in our own lives, but how to approach it and come up with a way for you to see it, how you're going to apply your version of that. Because it's not copy us, but the principles and laws and rules apply to everyone. The level of intimacy that it goes down into, how it affects you, is going to be your call on that. So that's what we're going to do. We're shooting for between 2 to 3 hours. And it's exciting because people are registering and they're getting in their questions. Send us questions that we can go over around these two areas, topics of focus. How to actually change the tough stuff, and how to view and live and make changes within ourselves while living in or taking care of sick family members. Because these are big, and these are 100%, every single one of you watching this video right now are falling into one of these two, if not both of them. We're very passionate about this. We value our time and our energy. We value our experience on this. 50 years in 2 hours. No way, right? But we're going to do as much as we can do at this stage of it, and then we might do a follow-up in March or April, early next year, if it feels right for us. But those are the two areas we're going to talk about. And again, it's one of those things that hit me. We obsess over the easy, and we obsess and complicate the easy because we don't want to go in and ask the hard questions, see the harder topics, expose the more costly subject areas in our lives. And this is everybody. And this is not a shame fest. This is not a guilt fest. This is not, no, because the body doesn't give two shits about that. It doesn't care about what you say is your truth. It expresses what is the truth. And all we got to do is just listen to our bodies, look at our bodies. What does it think about how we're doing? And a lot of it is going to come with, especially breaking these belief patterns, these limiting belief patterns. As we go into relationships, we're going to rehash that. It's even part of the relationship Zoom I just did. It's going in and looking at and exposing, not just accommodating and getting good at taking action on your triggers. Keeping the peace. Everybody just keep the peace and just stay numb and dull and then at the end of the night, everybody talk about everything else. Like, no, how could we get in and actually change so you don't have to spend energy on calming your triggers down? You don't have to spend energy on controlling your actions as to not upset or as to not have the feelings that would have if you took an action as to that. Why don't we go to the source? And that's what this page is all about. That's what he's all about. That's what I'm all about. That's why we are doing this and putting ourselves out there, exposing this to you guys. There will be a 7-day replay for all that can't attend or to go over the details that we're going to go into. Email me, info@TommyJohnIII.com. It's this Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific. Again, 7-day replay. We are giving a 7-day replay for those who attend and those who invest on the live, for the live at that time. And then after that, it'll obviously be made available, just like the other ones, ongoing, indefinitely, for you guys to have access to at any given time. But this, again, we've never given access to him and I at this level of sharing, this level of sharing our expertise to this. It's normally just been podcasts where we've had conversations. We even touched base today just to make sure Zoom was working, and I had to cut it because we were getting in and talking. This is just how it is. We get into these things and we just like flush out all this stuff, and it just all comes out. And if we had flies on the walls just to observe this, and then we actually had take home for the flies on the walls, now people can change their lives, or at least have an understanding of whether or not they want to or not. Oh, where they going? Oh shit! Tea boiling. Sorry. Anyway, this Friday, email me, let me know for details. We're shooting for about 2 hours, probably go over a little bit. Get your question and answer, or questions in for the question and answer, up to 3 when you register. Looking forward to seeing everybody there this Friday. Boom.